Today I'm going to be tying the Takayama Sakasa Kebari. This is my go-to fly for pretty much 90% of the time that I'm out fishing. I'll be tying it on a barbless Umpqua C300. Just get that in the vise, make sure it's good and secure. I'm going to be tying this with Pearsall's Scarlet red Gossamer silk thread. I think this thread performs very well with this fly. Just going to go ahead and get it tied in here. I don't tend to usually build up much of a head for my flies. I don't see that it makes really any difference to this style of fly. I tie it using Ringneck Pheasant Hackle. I think this hackle gives you great motion in the water, gives you a lot of action. It's a very nice soft hackle. I go ahead and tie it in pretty much most all that tip tied down. I don't go ahead and clip any excess. I'm going to go ahead and use that material to help build up the thickness for the thorax area of the fly. As I wrap the hackle here, I go ahead and brush the feather barbs forward, helping to form that front-facing hackle style. It also helps so that fewer of the feather barbs get trapped facing backwards. I like to go ahead and get those as much as possible pulled forward. And we'll go ahead and secure down the stem of the feather here. Again, I'm going to tie in a fair bit of that just to help build up the thickness here at the thorax section of the fly. And with that all wrapped in place, now we'll add 3 strands of Peacock herl. Get those wrapped and secured in place. Again, I'm not going to clip those excess off of that, just tie it in, help build up that thickness right there. Now I'll take and wrap the herl around the thread here. This is a trick I learned from Chris Stewart, the Tenkara bum. He does this on a few flies, and I found that it makes a much more durable section there with the herl. That's one area where traditionally I was having a bit of problems with my flies before I found this technique from him. This makes the fly just hold up much longer, makes that herl last more than just a few fish, but really be able to survive a whole day worth of fishing. We'll break that off, and from this point we're basically just going to end up building up a slight taper to the body here, adding wraps of thread. I'm going to go ahead and throughout the course of this take that body on down towards the bend of the hook, building up a nice tapered body here. So at this point I've pretty much got the profile that I want for that fly. I've got the thread wrapped as far down into the bend of the hook as I would like. I'll go ahead and bring the thread back up here towards the peacock herl at the midsection. And I'm going to do 2 whip finishes. I find that that secures the thread perfectly well. I prefer to do that rather than using glue on the fly at this point, just because as close as we are to that peacock herl, any excess glue getting into that will just mat it down, and we kind of lose that effectiveness of it. So double whip finish will finish off the fly and more than sufficiently secure the thread for a whole day worth of fishing. Hope this little video helps with your Tenkara fly tying. Thanks for watching. This is Paul from Tenkara-Fishing.